All right, right now this machine is set up for abduction and adduction. If you notice, the arm cradle is at a 90-degree angle. It's set up for the patient to be in this position. This is a little bit short for me, so that I flipped the button and brought that out. What we want to do to go into the forward flexion model is that we're going to bring the arm out to this position so that it's somewhat in the front, so that we can raise it up and come back down and raise it up. You can typically achieve that through just abduction and adduction settings without externally rotating. However, your physical therapist or your physician might want you to incorporate external rotation, which is pretty easy to do. But to start, the starting position for that type of motion, the forward flexion motion, we normally like to start our patients at the 0 or 5 degree range for external internal rotation. And then their abduction and adduction is usually a 40 to 50 or 40 to 60 range. That's going to be a good starting point to figure out what your pain thresholds are and what your body will allow. But we'll go ahead and set that up and show you how to do that. So the first thing we want to do is we want to turn this elbow cradle inwards. And then there's a little black button down here. I want to press that down, and that's going to allow this arm to swing in and out. 60 to 70 degrees is a good start point. We're going to go bring it up to 70. The next thing I want to do is adjust this out. So you twist that little knob inward, and that's going to allow the arm to come out. Tighten it back down, and then you can swing it out based on the patient's capability to be able to handle that. So now we're in the forward flexion type motion. If you notice, my arm has kind of slid out a little bit. One thing that you can do if it's too much is make an adjustment so that your arm comes back in here. You can also have somebody press this button, bring it back a little bit more. But this is a good starting position to allow that machine to forward flex your hand. And I'll grab my pin in here, see where we're set at. It's good to have help while doing this, because if you're recently just had surgery, it's going to be a little difficult to do that on your own. So I'm going to press the start button. And then it goes to the starting position, and then we're going to press the start button again, and now that's going to forward flex the arm. I've actually got it down a little bit too far. I would change that starting position, but that's going to come out to 67, and I'm going to stop it, and this will be a good point to show you how to adjust that. I think this is a good starting position that we're in now. So what I want to do is set the parameters so that it starts at this position every time. In order to do that, press this menu until you get to your different body settings. I'm going to select my abduction, the second setting. Press the up arrow, and as you can see now our setting is at 68 degrees for the max, 63 for the leaser amount. I also would like to see how far I can forward flex. So I went ahead and selected that abduction setting. And then I'm going to increase that by pressing the start button, and then you can see as I press and hold that down how it's going to flex my arm forward. I'm simply holding it down. It's at 85 degrees, 90 degrees, 100 degrees, 110. I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. You can continue to go up, again, based on your pain threshold and what your physical therapist has told you to do. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to press the start button, confirming that that's what I want to do. And it's going to bring me back down to the starting position of 63 degrees. And then I press the start button again to start my therapy. And that's going to bring us up to our max level that we just set of 111 as it slows down a little bit as it gets